Thank you to Simon & Schuster for letting me read this story to you. Now on Friday we found out, didn't we, that Grogber had lost the little battle between Captain Calamitous, and he was very, very cross about that, wasn't he? Lost? It's all right, Calamitous said. You and your army of grunty gawpers have lost. Right now, my crew are taking them on board the blistered barnacle, where they'll be fed and armed and become salty-eyed sea donks. The only plunking left to deal with is you. Please don't kill me, Grogber wailed. I'm too beautiful to die. Calamitous laughed. Kill you, he said. We're not going to kill you. You're not? Grogber smiled with relief. Nope. Calamitous walked slowly towards the prince. The thief of the diamond dentures has to pay a far more gut-buckling price for their terrible crime. What price? Grogber's bottom lip started to tremble. Ho, it's terrible. Calamitous leered and clicked his diamond teeth together. But it's not death. Nope. Phew, at least it's not that, Grogber said. For stealing the diamond dentures, Prince Grogber, your sentence is to spend the rest of your miserable days as chief of laundry on board my ship. What? You'll sew and wash and dry and scrub, and after a long time at sea, my crew can get very smelly indeed. Kill me! Grogber howled. Please kill me! Not a chance. With that, Grogber brandished his sword again and started walking slowly backwards. His eyes were the size of dinner plates, and he was mumbling gibberish under his breath. There's nowhere to go, Grogber, Dad said. The goblin prince was squelching backwards through the flower bed, wobbling the sword to and fro. Here, watch my flowers, Mr. Crocombe grumbled from the crowd. Stuff your stupid flowers, Grogber spat at him. I'm Prince Grogber, and I always win. He backed further and further away from us, swinging his sword about until he passed into a shadowy spot with a row of thorny-looking spikes above it and below it. For a second I couldn't quite make out what I was looking at, but then I realised. Grogber! I yelled. Come back! Never! The prince was walking backwards straight into the open mouth of a snoring, sharp-toothed Bagunza! Mr. Crocombe shouted at his sleeping wife. Mrs. Venus! Everyone joined in. But it was too late. Prince Grogber stepped on the back of her tongue and... Gulp! Straight into the mouth of a Venus flytrap. Mrs. V clamped her teeth shut, swallowed, and smacked her lips together sleepily. She slowly raised her enormous head on her stalk neck and shook her tendrils awake. Brrr! I've got a horrible taste in my mouth, she said, yawning. That's when she noticed the gaggle of guests and staff all standing below her, staring up in shock and surprise. Oh, I must have nodded off. Has the prince arrived yet? Chapter 26. Weird is the new normal. Now come on, admit it. You started this book thinking, what a load of old codswallop. And now I bet you'd love to come and stay here at the Nothing to See Here Hotel. No one really knew what to do after we'd watched Grogber vanish into the thorny jaws of Mrs. V. So we all plodded back to the wrecked reception hall and waited for someone to come up with an idea. Nancy brought everyone mugs of steaming stag beetle tea, and we scuffed about in the dust and rubble, looking a bit bamboozled. It was Granny who finally broke the silence. Right, that's enough, she barked. Clear off. Well, you weren't expecting her to say something else, were you? Or something nice? My bunions need their bed and I'm sick of looking at all your pukish faces. Right you are, Mrs. Glump, Calamitous said with a grin. This old scrunt is ready to smell the salty sewer air again anyway. He shouted orders to his crew, and in no time the squall goblins were boarding their ship and conjuring up another magical wave to wash them back down to the water's edge. I couldn't help but feel sad that the hero of my favourite books was leaving before I had time to get to know him. I watched as he clacked across the dusty tiles towards the blistered barnacle. Captain Plank took hold of a rope hanging down from the deck above, and just when I thought he was about to climb up and leave, he turned his hollow skeleton eyes at me. Abraham would have been splendidly proud of you, my boy, he said, then beckoned me with a bony finger. I walked over to the pirate captain with my heart pounding in my ears. A small reward, methinks. Calamitous yanked a single diamond tooth out of his dentures and dropped it in my hand. Keep it safe, he said, and winked. Who knew schools could do that? You never know when it'll come in handy. With that, he swung up onto the deck, and the last thing I saw of the squall goblins was Tempestra and Calamitous waving from the stern of their ship. And that was that. Mum and Dad set to work with the enchanted mops and brooms, and the Molar sisters made light work of repairing the walls and staircase with their wands. Before I knew it, everyone was plodding off to bed, and it was almost as if Prince Grogber had never visited at all. Don't forget what I told you right back at the start. There's always some kind of mega drama happening at the Nothing to See Here hotel. So that was pretty much an average day for most of us. Storms and messengers and ravens and parties and exploding boulders and parades and skinny dipping and plagues of hermit crabs and criminals and diamonds and pirates and heroes and skeletons and curses and battles and fireballs and the odd person getting gobbled up are all just regular stuff for the Bannister family. Here, where weird is the new normal. Still fancy coming to stay at the Nothing to See Here hotel? I hope you enjoyed, guys. I loved reading that to you. Now remember, as I mentioned in my morning video, please let me know which of the 3 books you would like me to read next. Will it be Cookie? Will it be The Accidental Prime Minister? Or will it be Pugs of the Frozen North? Okay, bye guys.